Yeah, where are all my people in the madhouse? I'll be a guide, climb aboard and sit your ass down. Don't worry, there's no need to fear when you hear. You know we're right here. We got the crew and we're ready for a game time. You're not ready to step inside a deranged mind. Yeah, this is what you came here for. We got machinima news and fuck yous. It's the goddamn ward.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wardcast. Every Monday we bring you the latest in video game news, talk about survival horror, machinima, and what's going on at the Ward. I'm one of your hosts, Shaun Clark, alongside Jazz Rich.
Hi.
Alec Funnell.
Get lost, Pavarotti! No!
And Dante Comstock.
Fuck!
Fuck!
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
Fuck.
Fuck!
I like that soundbite came back. Like, it just fucking kept going. Okay. Today we'll be doing a Resident Evil 3 Remake spoiler cast at the end of the show. We'll talk about the game, the story, the changes, our opinions, all that good stuff.
Nemesis.
No. But we'll give you a warning before we get into that, so that if you haven't beat the game yet, you can skip over that or end the podcast there, so you don't get the spoils. Did you say
balls?
No, maybe.
Angry Austin Brown in the distance.
He could feel it.
Yep, in his balls.
But before that, I got to complain about some shit.
Sean complains about shit corner.
kind of turned into that. Song. It used to be it was kind of Telltale. That was more news. But then it was like YouTube. Now it's just whatever. What all the negative shit. Let's just try to get it out there quickly and be done with it. Get fucked. So I know a lot of people use ad blockers and stuff because they hate creators and you know they want to see them fail. But I, however, suffer through the ads, and in doing so, I've discovered something pretty fucking scummy. So 90% of the currently running ads right now are like they feature COVID in some way. Either they kind of attach that to a normal ad, or like they shot a new ad specifically to address the situation that's going on. But they all say the damn same phrase. I hear it over and over again, and that phrase is now more than ever. Everybody says that. This makes everything that these companies say seem like ingenuous. Like, we've been helping you with your auto insurance for the past 100 years, and now more than ever, we've got your back. Or, now more than ever, McDonald's has been serving you gross plastic food. Enjoy. Like, what? Why? We need your money today, now more than ever. Like, fuck off.
You guys still have McDonald's?
What? Do you not have McDonald's?
No.
What?
Yeah, it's been shut down for weeks.
Oh, geez. I thought you meant in general, like McDonald's isn't in the UK anymore. I'm like, what?
Well, don't have
now more than ever, it's available in America.
You can't eat outdoors anymore.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're still
to go.
Yeah, they're all still open. They're just drive-through only.
Yeah.
God, I'm so depressed. I can't get a Happy Meal anymore.
That's why Diz is still working.
Yeah, exactly.
Against her will.
Okay, wow.
Well, you know.
But yeah, like we get the situation, you know, but if you're going to use this shit to profit, you could at least try, you know, a little bit harder to not be fucking assholes about it and just like, now more than ever. Like, what the fuck? Be original.
Now more than ever, you might need to tone it down.
Right?
Now more than ever, I need to say now more than ever.
It's like, now that the world's ending, come and spend money with us so that we don't go out of business. Like, fuck you.
Now more than ever, you need to file for unemployment.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
That's the name of this podcast already. Now more than ever.
Now more than ever. Just fucking irritating. Speaking of irritating, hey Jazz. How was your week?
Wow. I hate you more now more than ever. Wow. I don't even want to justify that with a response. Fuck. So my week was good up until now. I lost a dear friend today. His name is Shaun.
Oh!
He died unknown circumstances.
He died more now than ever.
Exactly. I didn't really do much this week productive. I mean, I did a lot, but yeah, all for nothing.
What?
So well, you know,
Oh, wow.
I recorded a bunch of stuff and deleted it because I did it wrong, and then turns out it was right the whole time. So and I have to do it again, and then I fucked up again.
That's the
so I have to
best
do it
part
a
is
third
that
time.
you did it right the first time and
Now more than
deleted
ever.
it.
I don't even know if I had left the voices on in the first time or not. Like I don't remember.
There's no
But,
subtitles, right?
I don't even use music. You think I put on subtitles?
Hey,
Bitch, I don't want to read my games.
me either.
Who the fuck? No.
Good.
And it's not in German either. Which I like to do that. Yeah, so I recorded a bunch of stuff. So I played RE3 a lot.
I think we all did.
A lot.
Well,
Yeah,
some
but
of us did.
It did give me the opportunity to decide I was going to start calling that nemesis Billy Joel because he's the piano man.
Oh,
Yeah. So
I like
he
it.
sings me a song. I played a little bit of Echo, but not much because pretty much all the gaming I did was RE3, which wasn't that much. I worked on my script, so I lied. I actually played regular RE3. I forgot. I was trying to redeem my name, or
You
whatever.
get it done in like 20 hours.
hey, let's
30.
be realistic. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
And I felt like I was doing really good, and I don't even remember how far I got, and then I got cocky because I was like, I should save. Nah, I'll keep going. I'm doing good, and then I died, but only because I got blocked by I got boxed in, and my controller wasn't working properly, so I couldn't use the thumbstick, so I had to use the D-pad, and I wasn't able to turn around properly, and then Jill died. She got
Wow.
fucking thrown around like a little rag doll. It's great.
Oh, don't you hate when you get thrown down
She's used
like
to
a
it.
rag doll? Oh, jeez.
Emotionally, yeah.
Wow.
Sorry. I'm irritating like that.
Now more than ever.
Exactly. I watched a really fucked up movie yesterday. It's on Netflix. It's called Swiss Army Man.
Yeah, I
know
want to
if you guys
see
have-
that. I've heard of it.
It's so fucking stupid.
It looks
So
stupid.
it was really good and deep, and like I'm reading like messages with that movie that I don't know if they were intended or not, but I'm like, oh, I see it in this way, but also it's just really fucking weird. Although Daniel Radcliffe has a really good American accent, I'll give him that. But yeah, most of his dialogue was farting, so that was
What?
great.
Out of his mouth?
That's all you. No,
Then how's it dialogue? Okay.
well, it's I don't know.
It's diarrhea, not dialogue.
Diarrhea.
It's diarrhea log. Oh!
Wow.
And, I feel like I did something else, but I can't remember. So I guess it wasn't important. I'm making something out of clay to put on my wall, and I will show it to you once it's done. So no spoilers.
Is it,
Is it Chris?
Nemesis?
No. I already have a keyboard. And yeah, that's I think that's pretty much all I got. Now more than ever.
Alec, now more than ever, how was your week?
Well, let me load up my document. Right. Okay.
Document?
Yeah, it's kind of a long one, so
Is
I
it
can
paper?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
All the lyrics to a song.
Oh yeah, there's lyrics, so don't worry.
Hold on,
Yeah,
let me
so
mute you
I-
real quick. Okay, go ahead.
Wow.
That's what I do every week when you start talking. Anyway, I played
You fucker.
I played the original Resident Evil 2 and 3, mostly for footage gathering.
Fudges
Spoiler.
gathering.
Sweet.
Yes,
Spoiler
footage
alert.
Gathering.
Are you announcing new projects?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
like duh. I played Resistance for some streams
Boo.
reason.
Yes, you played that
Fall
too,
of
you
Man?
liar.
Oh yeah. Boo. I don't want to be reminded.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, I think I've had more fun looking at my wall.
It's a really nice wall.
It is. It's nice and beige.
Some say there's a Chris behind the wall.
I have a Claire on the wall, so.
Well,
Oh,
thank
yeah,
you for
what else did I
clearing that
do? What else did I do? Oh yeah, I platinumed RE3.
Ooh.
Bringing my platinums of the year to 11. And more importantly, I beat Shaun to platinum, which was always the goal.
You've been home this whole time.
Sean
Get
has
fucked.
a life.
That's true. That's very true.
I've been working more now than ever.
You
Don't
fucking
give a shit.
madman. You're a madman, Alec, for getting through Inferno mode.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, I watched the first 7 episodes of Dragon Ball Super
Why?
because I've watched Dragon Ball, watched Dragon Ball Z. I might as well watch Super
But why?
because I like Dragon Ball. All right, get a dick.
He likes
Ooh.
balls.
How about you get
Any
some not
balls.
Dragon Balls?
I also watched the live-action version of The Lion King.
Boo.
Oh god,
I'm
it just
sorry.
gets worse.
I agree with Sean that it loses out on its animation with not being able to show the emotions that it would in the animation version.
Yeah.
You know,
You know what?
I didn't want to cut you off, but while you're on that subject, I forgot. I also watched Lion King, like the cartoon. I had never seen it in English.
What?
Yeah, I grew up a French kid, so people sing the songs, and I'm like, what? But yeah,
Well, I have to admit, I was watching The Lion King only to try and get some inspiration lines for a project that I will bring up
Wow.
later. But it's all good. It's okay. I got a question though. When it came to Mustafa getting killed,
Mustafa.
I wasn't gonna say
What the fuck Lion King did you watch?
the African one. Wait.
Anyway, Mustafa.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, when Mustafa was getting killed and
wanna
Sinbad was just watching,
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Mustafa just picks up Sinbad and puts him up on his side, and then he's out of the way of the running creatures. So why doesn't Mustafa just go up a little higher and then just stay there instead of getting clawed to death by Spa?
He didn't get clawed to death.
What movie did you watch?
Live action of the Lion.
Should have been watching the Tiger King. Never mind the Lion King.
Oh,
Funny enough, I did actually watch 5 minutes of the Tiger King, and I was like,
five
yeah, no.
whole minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Didn't even
anyway,
do the 7.
yeah. Anyway, I've come up with a theory about the coronavirus and how to cure it. Yeah. People
Why
wanna
is
hear
it?
it?
Do you cure it with pudding?
No. Right. So, you know how some people are immune to the coronavirus? And they can use their antibodies in that person to make a cure, right? So, the reason why we haven't found a cure yet is because the person that has the cure is Maddie McCann.
Who?
Madeline
Who?
McCann.
Who?
The girl that got lost in Spain or something.
It's Carol Baskin. We've gone over.
Okay. But
No, I don't know
anyway,
who that is.
it's a little
Same.
girl that got lost on a Spanish holiday.
On a what?
Spanish holiday or something like that. Anyway, we find her, and then we find a cure.
What if she's dead?
And
Good.
then
Good.
Get fucked.
we're all fucked. Anyway, one other thing I watched WrestleMania 36, the first empty arena WrestleMania.
I thought you watched that like 2 weeks ago.
No, it was the last week. He ran off after the podcast.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So
Was it terrible?
Left us.
It must have been super awkward.
it was super awkward because initially you're watching it and you're just like, there's no crowd, there's no reaction to what the superstars are doing in the ring, and you're just kind of like, okay. However, there was one really good match worth the watch, and that was AJ Styles versus Undertaker. Because it didn't matter that it didn't have a crowd because they took it outside of the ring and went completely out there. So it was like, oh my god, this is so what Undertaker would do, and it's awesome. So
Do you think that they actually hit each other this time?
no, don't be silly.
Nah, nah, nah.
They probably tried even like less this time because they didn't have to like
6 feet away.
yeah, like they didn't have to convince anybody.
They took 2 days to record that match, so there we go.
Jesus.
But yeah, I wish that I could be another better part of me. Can't hear what you're thinking. Maybe if I just let go, you would open up your heart. But I can't read you. I wish I knew what's going through your mind. Can't touch you. Your heart's defended. I get left behind. And that was Psycho Mantis's favourite Daniel Bedingfield song. I can't read you.
Wow. Wow.
Dante!
What?
Let's ask Shaun how his week was.
What?
What?
Yeah, you're right. Shaun's not interested. Dante, how was your week?
What?
Nah, nah, nah.
Wow.
Gunshots all over the fucking place here. Smoking. Anyways, so my week, well, since we're talking about updates here too, right? Now these days.
It depends. Do you have like? Well, I mean, yes.
Yeah, I do.
The short answer is yes, because we needed to communicate before the show. If you guys have updates, let me know before the show so that we can update the timeline and fit the updates into the. Yeah, that's weird. But anywho, yes, if you have an update, do it here. That's fine.
Great. Well, I've been pretty productive this week. I'm sure Shaun already knows that. It started with the fact that I've been working out since
How
the
is
whole
that an
lockdown.
update?
Well, that's not part of it. That was life getting mixed in there. So I've been working out, getting strong, and staying fit so I don't turn into a bad Chris Redfield by the time we finally get out.
Go look at that body.
Go look at that body. I work out. That wasn't even my intended song reference, but there it is. And then I've also had this. I got back to school. Like it's still going online, so I just finally did that. So I did the big important shit. That's done. Everything's fine. I played Resident Evil 3. I played it twice. I did one run on normal, and then I tried to do just a kill a lot of enemies run for the records by just playing it again on amateur and in Japanese. So I get to hear the game in English and Japanese, and Carlos has a really sexy Japanese voice. I'm not gay, but I know a good voice when I hear it, and I think Diz needs to listen to it. Ta-da! That's about as much as I'll talk about for that. And then obviously for update-wise, I also played Devil May Cry 1 again because I was recording footage for my Devil May Cry Spood, which I not only released a beta trailer on, I also remade the entire fucking like story trailer using the in-game cutscenes. So I've been busy. And then there's also the fucking scripts I've been sending out people. Diz helped write this little small skit for this month. She and I just need to everyone, Lindsay, Diz, and I need to record our lines. I played Resident Evil 2 again because I had to do that for the script. And I played Resident Evil 5, and I beat it on normal and amateur. And yeah, because I played it twice for maximum grinding for a shit ton of points
Michael Jackson.
and a bunch of fucking money. And I did it all while playing as Shao Kahn Chris, where his shoulder blades is blocking Wesker's face during the jet fight scene, and he's just like, "Sorry, I can't see your face through my shoulder pad." And then I watched an anime. It's called Durara. It's an anime in a city with a bunch of people and their crazy shit going on, and eventually it all crosses together. And I think that should have been pretty much it. My week was a bunch of Resident Evil and moving forward on Spoot stuff. But don't turn around. Uh-oh. The nemesis in town. That was my intended song reference. Hey, Shaun.
Hello.
What's going on?
I said, hey! What's going on?
God damn it.
Now more than ever, we're going to make song references.
Clearly.
Clearly.
I can see clearly now. The rain has gone.
We're never going to let it go.
Fuck you. What did I do this week? Weech? What? Weech! I had a weech.
Even English?
No, apparently not. I watched Tiger King as well. I watched the whole thing though, not just 5 minutes of it.
Yeah.
But I had to. Like at this point, it's mandatory. Everybody has to watch it. It's
what
it's
the fuck is the Tiger King?
It's
watch it.
How do you eat? Yeah, like I don't even want to spoil too much.
It's a restaurant where they sell tigers instead of burgers.
You know what? Beth showed me a video of a guy like describing the Tiger King, and he does it so fucking well. I'll send it to you.
There you go.
Great. Now more than ever, you need me to watch the Tiger King.
It's a documentary, and it's fucking bananas. That's all you can really say. It goes all I don't even know what it's about. It's not even really about a specific thing. It's about all kinds of crazy shit. It starts off
being about tigers kept in captivity, but ends up being about the guy's fucking hatred of this girl across country.
Well, not even just... Well, I guess ultimately, I guess it is about that. But yeah, there's a lot of twists and turns and weird fucking crazy shit. And it makes me just like... I'm concerned for humanity. People are fucking crazy, man. God, I just... What the fuck?
Just him.
You know there's more people like that floating around. I'm sure there's plenty of them, and it scares me thinking about it.
But like literally, if you have a documentary that starts like it's about tigers and it's about a guy marrying guys and it's about a girl he hates and his fucking campaign for presidency. Like what? This is all the same documentary.
But those are spoilers. Like I think it's better going in like not knowing what to expect. So when those things happen, it's just like fucking what? How did we get here? Well, don't watch the trailer.
Okay. Yeah, don't watch the trailer. Watch the whole thing. More than 5 minutes.
Now more than ever. You need to watch.
Now more than ever, you need to watch Tiger King.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ.
It's a Netflix original, so
that story is still ongoing and other things have happened. But yeah. There's going to be a part 2 maybe. God. From what I hear. But anyways, yeah, go watch that.
Play Resident Evil 7.
It's a wow. Why do you do these things to me? Why do you hurt me so?
Did you enjoy it?
I played some stuff. I played Dead by Daylight again and made no progress again. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to abandon that one because I think that trophy that I need is just glitched and I'm just fucking wasting my time. So I think I just need to move on. I played Resident Evil Resistance. Whoa.
Ew.
So
why would you do that to yourself?
Because it's Resident Evil and I can't
I can't
help my you know how this works.
Oh yeah, is it Resident Evil? Because apparently Resident Evil 6 isn't Resident Evil, so is Resident Evil Resistance Resident Evil?
No. Not more than 6 it is, I guess, but it's still garbage.
You're saying more than ever?
God damn it.
You asshole.
No.
You asshole!
But yeah, it's garbage, kind of like I was expecting it to be. Like it's entertaining for like 5 minutes. Like you can play a match or two, and it's like, it's fine. But anything beyond that is just like, oh God, what? No.
Alec and I just kept grabbing each other's asses to save lives.
Yeah,
it's the only thing you can do.
You know when you play bad games and you know they're bad, but then if you start playing with friends, it makes it more fun. But this game was just not.
It was for 5 minutes. You do all the fun stuff, and then you start a new round, and you're like, all right.
Yeah, I guess we got all the fun we're gonna get. But yeah, I don't know. I want to platinum it because I want to platinum all the Resident
Why?
Evil games. I just answered you. You're welcome. But I don't think, like, I don't even know if it's going to be possible because some of the trophies are just super specific things that you need to do, and when you're dealing with an online only game, it's like you have to basically luck out to get the opportunity to do the things that they're asking you to do. Like, it's not just something you can go in and pursue. It's like it depends on who you're playing with and what the fucking mastermind is doing and whether you can even be the mastermind because everybody's trying to do that. So it's hard to even get into a match as the mastermind. So it's just like all of this shit is subjective, whether or not you're going to get the chance to do it or not. And the longer you wait, the less people will be playing and the harder that becomes. And I don't know. I fucking hate trophies for online games. It's the worst. And that's all that game is. So yeah. But I want
Doesn't substitute for mercenaries mode.
What?
Doesn't substitute for mercenaries mode.
No. That's the worst part, is that we lost mercenaries mode for that fucking garbage. Thanks. Oh. You didn't hear that? Shh.
Sean.
Sorry, I'll turn off my vibrator.
Oh,
Let me get that out of my pants real quick. And of course, I played a buttload of RE3 Remake.
Oh, did you now?
Yep. And I beat it.
I couldn't tell.
I beat it 6 times. I got the platinum. I did all the challenges. I did all the things. So that puts me at 10 platinums for the year. So I guess I'm 1 behind you, Alec. You fucker.
Both of you were insane with Inferno mode.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Inferno mode, easiest one. That was the easiest run. And we'll talk about that later because it's a problem.
Right.
But,
right. Okay.
Yeah, so I did my nightmare difficulty run, which was the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just because, yeah, we'll talk about that later too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know if I want to talk about this now. We'll talk about it later. Anyway, so yeah, I platinumed that. I think that's all I played. Yeah. I've just been working a shit ton. I haven't really had a whole lot of time to do much. And plus, I mean, I beat a game 6 times, so that's clearly where my time went. But yeah, there you go. Simple week this week. So that means it's time for some news. What? That's
Full
accurate.
circle. Meow.
Wow. We haven't done the meow in a while.
Meow.
Moo.
Meow, moo, bark, woof.
The meows are needed more than ever.
Now more than ever. Meow.
Meow more than ever.
Never.
Get fucked. We got 5 stories this week. Yay.
Oh, shit.
It's an average week, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's what you're gonna get.
Yeah. There's
Now?
some other shit that wasn't important. What?
More than ever.
Get out of here. First off, more Resident Evil 8 news supposedly leaks. And as you'd expect, it's not sounding good.
Frankenstein's in it now.
At this point, I'm waiting for
What
it
about
to
his
happen.
monster?
Mash.
What? Okay.
She made a song reference, Dante.
God damn it.
Huh? When did I do that?
According to Dust Golem, who has been a reliable information leaker over the past few years, Resident Evil 8 will be the furthest departure from the series formula to date. Because that's all, that's what everybody wants. Previous rumors surrounding RE8 have already set the tone for what appears to be a very out-of-character title in the RE universe. And the most recent leaks seem to reaffirm some of the previously leaked information, as well as add some new and concerning additions. The game will follow Resident Evil 7's Ethan Winters, and again will be in first person. New mechanics and themes will be featured, such as insanity, hallucinations, occultism, and not knowing who to trust are going to be the themes. Dust Golem also described a scene in which he said, "There is a sequence where you're in a village with multiple routes trying to make your way to a castle. being attacked by beastmen, zombies in armor with swords, and a witch that laughs a lot.
So it's just like RE4, scrapped idea.
With
yeah,
Ethan
kind of. That's
and
what it sounds
amnesia.
like. Yeah.
It's
This information is said to have come from playtesters who have had early access to the game via the RE Ambassador program. The game will supposedly be called Resident Evil 8 Village. The VILL is used as the Roman numerals for 8.
Oh, you could do a parody of Resident Evil 8 Village people. Why? Yeah, see ya.
oh my god.
I'm assuming that's like a prototype or a placeholder
Name.
or something, because that is fucking ridiculous. If they call it Village just to be able to get 8 in the title, that's fucking really sad. Come on.
That's pretty illage.
Terrible. There was a ton of
Thank
there was a ton of additional details included. One of which has Ethan and Mia being assaulted by an older / modified version of Chris Redfield from Resident Evil 7. So apparently he's supposed to be
What?
the bad guy. I'm assuming it's
Assaulted.
Had they not played the DLC? What the fuck?
what? Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that's going to be attached to the hallucinations or whatever the fuck is going on. But yeah, Chris is supposedly evil or whatever. There's all kinds of dumb shit. We've gone over so much of this at this point that I don't want to go through all the details, because some of it's probably not even going to be true anyways. But yeah, if some of this information is to be believed, the game will have a official announcement soon, quote soon, and the game will be released sometime in 2021. But with the state of the world, if that's even true, who knows? It's probably going to get delayed.
More and more, I wonder if this is even worth fighting for.
More
No,
now than ever it is, you know?
Next story.
But yeah, it's also worth noting too that even though Dust Golem has been pretty accurate with his leaks so far, he was recently incorrect about the Silent Hill information that leaked. So who knows at this point? But with the RE8 information, like it's coming from multiple sources, and I mean, there's so much detail about it at this point that some of it's pretty much got to be true at this point. So we'll just have to wait and see like what's true and what's not. But even if some of this is accurate, this game's going to be garbage, and that's really disappointing. It seemed like they were on the right path with Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes, and now they're just throwing that out the door and fucking probably making the worst Resident Evil title we've ever seen. So great. Cool. Thanks, Capcom. All that progress for nothing.
No!
We started at the top, and now we're here. The bottom.
Wow.
Second-
Started at the top and now we're at the bottom.
Yeah.
Drake, but in reverse. It's
Exactly.
correct.
Second story, Sony has revealed the new PS5 controller. The new controller will be called the DualSense and feature haptic feedback, which is a more versatile version of the rumble we have in today's controllers, which we've already talked about. It will have a built-in microphone, eliminating the need to buy one separately. The share button has been replaced with the create button, which will offer all the features the share button had on the PS4 and more. They didn't really go into what that means.
Wow.
And finally, the light bar makes its way onto the DualSense, but will be on the face of the controller instead of the top, which a lot of people complained about because like sometimes that light sensor or the light bar, like it did things depending on what you were doing in the game. Like I think some of the Resident Evil games, like it would reflect your health state or whatever.
Yeah, it does it for RE3 as well.
Oh, okay. See, and I don't even know that because I can't see it. But now they're putting that on the face of the controller by the touchpad so that you can actually see it, and it actually makes sense to fucking use.
That's
Right.
horrible.
Wow.
It's gonna be like the light right in your face, though.
It's just like two like thin lines that kind of surround the touchpad. It's not going to be a big deal. Like it'll be noticeable, but it's not going to be like distracting. It's fine. The thing is, all the controllers, they're turning into the same controller. Like the Xbox One controller, the Wii Pro controller, or whatever the fuck that's called,
Wiimote.
and this PS4 controller, they're essentially the same fucking controller. They're slightly different, but the size and the shape and everything, it's almost the same goddamn thing.
But it's different because this controller is going to cost $200.
That's
And
not
it
true.
only has 10 minutes battery life.
Yeah, 30 seconds. Come on. 7 minutes. But yeah, it looks fine. This is another step into, everything's going to be the same. Why even have different consoles? Whatever. Fucking stupid.
On a side note about all the controllers, there's already 5,000 fucking different skins for it. Recently, I saw a Twitter post on that with Yakuza themed ones and Devil May Cry themed ones.
Well, these aren't official though. People are just doing mock-ups.
I see. So that's what that is.
Yeah.
Mine is Rebecca.
Why?
Because
Are
it's
you
green and
Diz?
it's got little white boots.
Oh, I
so-
see. I thought you meant you wanted. Okay,
Oh.
I get you.
That is cute.
Yeah. Why does Diz not have that? You need to send her yours because she's
It's
Rebecca. Wow. Can you feel the love now more than ever?
there is none.
No, wow.
Wow.
Sorry, Diz.
What
but
is love?
fuck you.
I'm
Baby,
not
don't
falling
hurt
in.
me.
No. Third story. Sony cancels digital pre-orders of The Last of Us Part 2.
Nah,
of
Why are you laughing? I
it's
thought.
digital.
Oh, okay.
I was on
Well-
your side.
Well, it seems like you've been shitting on The Last of Us Part 2, and I'm like, why? I
I-
want you to be excited for it.
I am excited for the game. I'm like, I know it's never gonna fucking come.
Wow, you might be right at this point. But when you first were saying that, you had no reason to really say that. But now that the world's ending, yeah, it's probably not coming out.
I feel like what really got me into Last of Us was the fact that she was like this 13-year-old sassy mouth kid, and the attitude made the game so much more fun. But now she's all this like serious, pissed off like adult or teenager or whatever, and it's just like I don't know. I felt like the graphics went down. Like they're good, but it feels like things are trying to look too much like a movie now and then less like a game.
I mean, it
And
was always
there's-
going for realism. It was just limited to the technology.
There's just a
Yeah.
lot of little things, but like it's mostly the attitude. Like it's not gonna be as entertaining, like funny wise.
Well, you don't know
Like some of
that.
the
I
shit
mean,
that she pulled out.
So far, it looks like the Devil May Cry 2 of The Last of Us.
So far, it looks like when TV's off.
how
and there's
dare
nothing.
you?
What?
It looks good. Don't. How dare you bring up that abomination?
I like Devil May Cry 2.
Wow, you're the one. You're the one.
No, he's the 2.
Oh, okay. What's sad is Devil May Cry 2 is actually pretty fun to play. Just everything else sucks. And it gets kind of repetitive too, but
It was good in concept on paper and shit.
yeah,
It's just a devil crying for like 2 hours.
basically.
Yeah.
But no, I
Well,
like
that's Lucille.
I like the growth. I like to see, the first one was what you were saying. It was kind of more lighthearted and I mean, it had both ends. It was dark and
it
had
had the
really
feels.
dramatic things. Yeah, the feels. But it did also have that element of like Ellie joking around and being a kid, and it had that
Being
lightheartedness to it. But I like that you're taking that character and you got to see that character when she was innocent, and then you get to see like what this world has done to her. I think that's an interesting thing. Like, I'd like to see that kind of growth because you don't see that a lot of the time. Typically, a character is the character that they were at the beginning. They're the same at the beginning as they were at the end. So it's nice to kind of see the evolution into something different based on the world and what's going on. I don't know. I just find that interesting.
To be like completely honest, I feel like my main problem is that like after I played it and they had first said like, oh, there's gonna be a sequel, and like obviously the ending or whatever left it open. So I bought the PS4 and I'm like, I'm gonna save space to have Left 4 Dead 2 or fucking whatever, Last of Us 2 and shit like that. And then the longer it got postponed, the less I cared, because I was like, fuck,
Yeah.
like every time I get excited, they're like, oh nope, it's not coming out now. The last time they announced that, I was just like, eh.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you're just kind of, I don't know.
I'm like,
jaded.
I'll believe it when I see it, and I'll get
Yeah.
excited when I hold it.
That's fair.
Like babies.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Wow.
I don't like babies.
Wow.
Come-
But yeah, going back to the story, yeah, it looks like we may be in for a long delay for The Last of Us Part 2. The game was previously slated for May 29th, but now it has no release date whatsoever and is delayed indefinitely. And not only does the game now not have a release date at all, but Sony is taking additional steps to cancel and refund all digital pre-orders of the title, which may indicate we'll be waiting for a long, long time. Because if this was going to be a short-term delay, like a couple of months, there'd be no reason for them to issue a refund because people are going to get their game soon. But if they're canceling pre-orders, that's not a good sign. That's showing that there's no faith that this is going to come out anytime soon.
Now,
I think they're going to wait 1 week prior to the PS5 release, and then after
They'll
the
release the
PS5
bundles.
comes out, they'll release the remastered edition of it.
Well, that's
Then
kind of...
they're gonna have the PS6 ready by the time we
Wow.
have Last of Us 2 ready.
Well, that's kind of what
PS5
people are kind of theorizing, is they might just, since this is going to push it, closer to the launch of the PS5, they might just like retool it so that it becomes like a PlayStation 5 game essentially. But I don't know. I hope they don't do that. I think that'd be stupid. I just want it to come out. God damn it. I was excited for it. Oh well. We'll see. One day maybe. Fourth story, Saints Row the Third Remastered has been announced. Woo!
yeah.
Yeah, even though that game's garbage. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I love
Better
that
than
game.
4.
Whoa! How dare you?
Fight me, bitch.
I will. But yeah, Saints Row the Third Remastered will feature cleaned up graphics, better performance, and over 30 pieces of DLC. I didn't even realize there was that many. That's crazy. The game is set to hit PS4 and Xbox One on May 22nd. And it's weird too. Yeah, we'll see if that happens. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of weird that it must have been like a couple months ago that they just released that game on the Switch, and it's not, as far as I know, it's not the remastered version. It's just a port. So like, if they're doing a remastered version, like 2 months later, why didn't they just port it to the Wii as well, or the Switch?
Because the Switch.
They gotta
can't
port it to
handle
the Wii.
Yeah,
People
put it to
still
the
want
Wii.
Wii.
Put it on the Wii. It's never too late. But no, you'd think they'd put it on the Switch as well. Like, why put just the regular version on the Switch and then the remastered version on the other two consoles? Are you telling me the
Switch
fucking
is-
Switch can't handle a,
is shit.
10-year-old game?
No.
Well, did you see how it handled The Witcher?
You're right. Well, that game's at least fairly current-ish. That game's, 5 years old or something? And that one's a little different because The Witcher's fucking, like, 1, it's graphically intensive, it's really demanding, and 2, it's massive. So I could understand a game like that struggling. And Saints Row is an open world game as well, but the graphics aren't very good, really. It's not really pushing any kind of technical specifications, so it should be able to run that pretty easily. And I guarantee it's nowhere near the size of The Witcher. It just seems weird that they would do something like that. Either way, I was going to buy it on PS4 anyway, so it doesn't really affect me, but it just seems like a weird business decision. Fifth and final story this week. What?
Business.
Business. I don't know why I went Batman with that, but I did.
So we can fill the quota of saying Batman,
Oh, you're right.
which clearly is lacking every time I'm not here.
We do it sometimes.
Sometimes.
It's because it hurts my
Fifth story?
voice.
Shut up.
Wow.
What?
Resident Evil 3, the board game, has been announced.
What?
Yeah.
What?
That was quick, right? The new board game will be Kickstarter funded by the same people who created the Resident Evil 2 board game, Steamforged Games. The game will be for 1 to 4 players and feature, get this, a 19-plus hour campaign.
Jesus.
What?
So why couldn't Mario 3 do
It's
that?
like
then?
20 times longer than the actual game. But yeah, much like the RE2 board game, players must carefully manage resources, make intelligent and meaningful decisions, and be wary of curveballs thrown by the tension deck, which offers situational obstacles as you progress through the game. The Kickstarter campaign begins on April 28th, so if you want to get a copy, you can head over to Kickstarter.com and pre-order yours, I guess, because that's technically how that works. I still haven't played Resident Evil 2, the board game, so I can't tell you if it's worth getting or not. But yeah, I want
Who are you
it.
to play the board game with.
What? Wow.
Play it over webcam.
Yeah.
Oh my
War
god.
game.
Yeah. Ward game.
Copyright.
Does the board game come with little token characters?
Uh-huh.
Oh, good. So next time I play Monopoly, I can use Jill or something.
Hey, there you go.
Capcom Monopoly.
Capcomopoly.
Yeah, I was gonna say Capcom Ball.
We need that now more than ever.
You landed on a hotel, but there's zombies. You're dead.
What? You're dead. Go to jail. What?
Have a get out of zombie grasp free card.
Oh my god.
Hotel, motel,
Maybe we
holiday
can have
Inn
Lee
card.
make this. It'll be great. It's time for
For some use. Word games.
Oh no.
Yes.
Word game. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
What kind of games you got today?
I got the same games as got last time.
What? Oh, that one.
Blanks of Our Lives. Bool.
Bool.
Oh, Bool.
Bool.
Right.
Blanks of Our Lives. Everybody here knows the rules of Bools.
It's still new, so go over the thingamabobs for the listeners.
The listeners, they need to know now more than ever what the rules are.
I really have to do a dictionary from this podcast.
There we go. I'm going to do it real quick, okay? Ready? Here we go.
Okay.
Blanks of Our Lives. Everyone gets a quote from a video on the Word Productions. Will not include podcast because that's a fucking dick move on my part. The quote includes a blank in which you must fill in. It's not necessarily one word. It can be two if it's like the name of something or hyphen or hair gel.
Hair gel.
If you're correct, you get a trophy. It's a silver trophy. And if you're wrong, you get no trophy. If you need help, you may request to either have the name of a character that's speaking or the title of the video that it's from. You pick one or the other. And if you answer correctly with one hint, you get a bronze trophy. If you need 2 hints, you're an idiot and you get nothing.
Wow.
Not even respect.
Especially not respect.
So the scoreboard so far is Shaun has a silver and a gold trophy. Alec has a silver trophy. Diz has a silver trophy. Cody has a silver trophy. And Dante is new at this game, so he has nothing.
How did he
Not
get
even
a gold
respect.
trophy?
All right, so the trophy, which I totally know where my paper is right now. Oh, it was the same one as I already had.
Jazz,
So a bronze. Shh. What?
I've got a question. If, we answer questions within 5 seconds, like before you finish, can we get a platinum?
No.
No. No. No.
We're not going to treat this like one of your cheap bargain
God
bin
damn it.
pay to win.
You don't get a platinum just for show. It's a participation platinum for Alec. No. So a bronze trophy, you get 3 of them. They're worth a silver trophy. A silver trophy, 2 of them equals a gold trophy. So Shaun has answered 3 correct questions. He's gotten a gold and a silver.
Okay.
A gold trophy with 5 gold trophies, you get a platinum trophy. The platinum trophy, depending on how long this goes and how long it takes people to get one. Sometimes it takes longer, unless you're Alec. Cut corners. We'll declare the winner of the game, but if it happens too quickly, the game can continue, and whoever has the most platinums at the end is the best.
Excuse me, what? What is
The
that
best
thing?
there ever is.
More than ever.
No, what is this
Platinum.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Wow.
So I wrote down the 4 quotes because there will be a bonus one. The bonus one
so
will
we'll
be
get
worth.
ourselves a nice bonus.
Yeah, it'll be worth 1 silver trophy.
Oh.
And as other ones are as well. So I
Wow.
haven't written any names. Usually I write down names, but this time you guys are picking who's going to go when.
Oh shit.
So you don't know which quote is going to be for who because, yeah. Who wants to go first?
Diz.
Alec.
I'll go
Dante.
last.
Yeah, so we're going to go with Alec. Mostly because he
Fine.
volunteered Diz, and Diz isn't here to defend herself.
I know what a
She
dick
wasn't here
move.
to defend herself last week, but didn't
Oh
stop.
shit.
Wow. Look, she's already pretty pissed off about that.
All right, so Alec loses a trophy.
You're
right,
minus
Alec.
1 platinum.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here's your quote. with my busy lifestyle, I eat a lot of blank.
Dicks.
Sometimes these sound dirty on purpose.
I know what it is.
Of course you know what it is. You wrote the fucking thing.
Look, I
My
wrote a
busy
lot of
lifestyle.
shit. It's hard sometimes.
With
Yeah,
my
so are
busy
dicks.
lifestyle, I eat a lot of. Are you actually going with dicks?
Yeah, because I want a funny answer. So yeah, dicks.
Wow.
Okay, well, you're wrong.
I know I'm wrong.
Yeah. What the? The whole point is to win this one, Alec.
No, I'm gonna let Shaun win a game for once.
Wow.
He's already winning. All right. Well, with my busy lifestyle, I eat a lot of Taco Bell.
Wow.
Batman.
I've never actually been to a Taco Bell.
Oh, right,
Lucky.
right. That was the Batman one.
So no trophy for Alec. Alec, who goes next?
Dante.
All right. Dante. You're not allowed to hate me for this. Because it was random. All right.
It's something Billy related, isn't it?
No, not necessarily. I tried. Okay, are you ready?
What?
Here's your quote. I'm not allowed on blank.
Huh?
I'm not allowed on blank.
What the fuck?
Is that your answer?
That is
No.
not correct.
Hey.
Fuck you!
Okay, hold on.
I don't know
I'm
this
not
one.
allowed. Damn it. If Shaun doesn't know this one, how the fuck am I supposed to know this
I just
one?
assumed nobody would know this one. It's great.
I hate you.
Yeah, I know. Just remember, if you're taking a jab at it and you get it right, you get the silver, but you can always ask for a hint and
You're
yeah.
right.
lower your rank of trophy.
Yeah.
No.
Let's ask who said it.
Billy.
Who said it?
Billy.
Yeah.
Jill.
God damn it.
Huh?
It's
It's a chill line.
It's a Jill line. Whose Jill line is? I broke my pen.
Who's
not the
Jill
Jill
line?
line.
Is it anyway?
I'm
And
not
I
allowed.
can't deliver the line any better than I'm not allowed on blank. Because that's exactly how it sounded.
I'm not allowed on blank.
It's not Barry.
Yeah. Damn. I don't know. I know it's a irrelevations line, but I'm not allowed on bath boats.
What?
Bath boats.
Boats.
You're saying boats?
I'm gonna go with boats. I give up.
Not allowed
I had a
on
strong
the
feeling-
Zenobia.
Whoever would get this one wouldn't get it. Anybody want to take a jab at it for
You
no extra points?
bastard!
Dicks.
I have no clue.
It's YouTube.
YouTube.
What the
YouTube.
fuck?
What?
Jill is not allowed on YouTube.
Okay, what's the scene of this?
Yeah,
Why
I
don't
don't
So
remember
this is the scene. Makes me sad.
Ah!
This is the scene where Jill and Parker walk in on Raymond watching YouTube.
Oh, god damn
And
it.
She says,
Damn.
"What are you watching? YouTube? I'm not allowed on YouTube."
Son of a bitch. There was a lot
Yeah, you
going
got-
on during that.
Yeah.
There was, which is why this was a challenging one. Yeah. It's okay. You still get a chance with the bonus one.
Yeah, I guess.
Sean,
Is it a huge bonus? Hello.
it's a medium bonus.
Okay, medium bonus.
This
I
is
didn't have
so
enough
boring.
room. I had not enough room on my page for a huge bonus.
It's a micro bonus.
Alec, Sean, wow.
Wow.
I read the word. Alec,
All right,
on the
Alec, go
paper.
again.
Yep.
So, are you ready? You ready, Sean?
Yep.
Here's your quote. You know what they used to call me in high school? Blank.
Bitch hands.
Yeah, of course you would get that one.
Because that
Wow.
one was fucking retarded. It stuck with me.
You bastard!
You fuck.
That one was fucking retarded.
It stood out in an ocean of retardation.
That's fair. That's a silver for Sean again.
Bam.
And again, these
Wow.
were put in random order. So I didn't know who was going to get what. It just happens that Sean keeps getting the fucking dual ones. But
Of course.
that is a bonus.
Okay.
So I'm gonna read the thing. I'm gonna add my blank in there, and one by one, you guys tell me what the blank is. Whoever gets it right
What
gets
the
a little,
blank?
little shiny little bonus. Yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
No.
If only I, if only I could have been a victim of blank. Those lucky bastards.
Raccoon City.
Raccoon City.
Yep.
I feel like as soon as one person says it,
Yeah, that's why I was waiting, because like I knew it immediately, but I'm like, if I jump to it, then everyone's gonna know.
Well, even if Alec didn't say anything, I think it was pretty obvious.
Yeah.
I
True.
never said the bonus one was gonna be hard.
Thank you.
It's not a hard bonus.
Sorry,
It's
Alec.
a soft bonus.
I mean, can I change my answer to, if only I was a victim of coronavirus?
Wow.
No, because that is inappropriate. Raccoon City people died for a good cause.
What?
Dying.
Dying.
That is a good cause.
We have to be respectful of them now more than ever.
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake.
Nah. And that's it. That's all I got. That's it. That's it. Now I don't want to skip anybody. So are we going to Alec?
Yes. Alec, what you got? Show me what you got.
Well, I've got both read your comments and... Do-do-do-do. Who wants to be a former millionaire?
I
Dante
notated read
edition.
your comments in my notes so that I didn't fucking forget it again.
Okay. This week's contestant is the Queen of Spood, Dante Comstock.
What? Hello?
Hello, Dante.
Who's Dante? I'm Dante. He's Dante. I'm Dante.
So, Dante, it says on my notes that you do nothing. Is that right? Stop, no one cares. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. I know that you know the rules. However, for the people watching at home...
So do I.
I don't know the rules.
For the people watching at home, I got a script for this. Shut the fuck up. I'll explain once again. Every question you answer, you lose. In the final question, you get the chance to win one whole cucumber. It used to be $1, but we had to cut down on budget. Okay.
Oh, geez, stay healthy.
Excuse me, I've got a cough.
Too
Okay.
many cucumbers.
It wasn't cucumber. Okay, Dante, you have 3 lifelines, 50-50. I give you half of the correct answer and half of the incorrect answer.
Can I get 25-25 so I can get like a quarter of it?
Sure, why not? Okay.
Great.
Phone a friend. Your friend is a professional mime artist. And ask the audience. However, due to social distancing rules, there is no audience to ask. Are you ready to play?
Let me shake my ball. It
Is it
says
A?
maybe next time.
That's the wrong answer. Okay, question 2.
Shit.
In the House of Dead series, what does the G stand for? A. Gangster face bitch. B. Game Boy Color. C. Jinkies. D. G virus.
Jinky starts with J.
I want to go with answer G, Geronimo.
Correct. Okay, next question. Question 3. Who shot the sheriff but didn't shoot the deputy? A. The Wallace. B. Lee Harvey Oswald, E. Spencer. C. C. The Rock. Or D. Alyssa Camps.
Who's D?
Sorry. I'm gonna pick letter M. Me.
I'm afraid you lost some money, so you're correct. Okay, question 4. Where is the body of Sheila Hill? Is it A?
No.
Is it A? Shitting on a toilet? B.
Jesus.
Under my mattress? C. In the middle of incoming traffic? Or D. In a nude beach?
All of the above.
I'll go with F, all the above, and my closet.
We hope you're okay, Shayla.
Yeah, in all seriousness, if you're out there, please contact us.
Yeah, seriously. God damn it.
Now more than ever, please contact us.
I'm gonna put up
We
lost
need to hear
Sheila
from
posters.
you now more than ever.
Speaking of contact, question 5. What will Danielle Wolf's comment on the podcast when this comes out? A, amazing. B, cool. C, how dare you use me as a question? I'm suing Alex fired ass. D, I'm unsubscribing.
Yes.
In all seriousness, it sounds like we're making fun of Danielle, but I don't think we are.
No, we're not.
She's
Of
my
course
favorite,
not. We bring her up because she's awesome.
and she's the only one who comments. You fucks.
Her support is beautiful.
She's amazing.
Okay, I didn't hear an answer, so we'll move on to the next question. Question 6. In my restless nightmares, dirty little sinners, how many times does James say the man?
Too many.
A,
Wow.
50 times. B, 100 times. C, over 9,000. Or D, zero times because Shaun Clark said it.
Oh,
I like to ask the audience.
Okay. Hello? Okay, that's your lifeline.
There it is.
There's a crickets in the audience.
I was gonna ask if you actually counted how many times he says it, but then I realized your answers are all dumb. So, like, you wouldn't go through that fucking hardship just to count. As soon as you said over 9,000, I was like, yeah, okay.
What is the letter A?
That's 50 times, so... I don't actually know the answer to this because I'm not...
Me neither.
Count.
There you go.
Okay. Question 7. Marco. A, polo. B, polo. C, polo. Or D, polo.
Wait. Hello? Yeah, I'm sure that's what they call you in the bedroom. Oh yeah, about that thing. Yeah, hold on. Let me get back to you on that. Okay, bye. Hey, so, that was my lawyer. He's negotiating that we can rip off the funnels $50,000 if I agree to cut off my left pinky for $50,000. So, do we have a deal or no deal?
Are you out game hosting the game host?
Yeah, I think he's trying to, but question 8. What ingredients are needed to make a senpai?
And the sidestep.
Question 8, I don't think you heard it. So, what ingredients are needed to make a senpai? A, sugar, spice, and everything nice. B, deep fried Batman. C, the blood of 1,000 virgins. Or D, Marmite.
Can I phone a mime?
Yes.
Sweet.
Oh, okay. I'm going to tell you what he's doing. He looks like he's performing a robot dance.
I think he's trying to...
No. Shut the fuck up. I'm answering. Oh, no. Now he's having a heart attack. Yeah, he's dead. He's very much dead.
So it's the Marmite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Marmite.
Is that your final answer?
My answer is Lady Marmalade.
Okay, question 9. Does my ass look big in this?
Yes.
A, I love you the way you are. B,
Now more than ever.
you ripped your pants. C, why did you put a donkey in the bed? D, yes.
Those are my pants.
I plead the 5th.
Okay.
Yes.
I played the
Yes,
E.
okay. Alright, stop talking. Right, we got question 10 for the chance of winning a cucumber. Signed by Gary Cucumber.
Is
Don't
the
know who that
cucumber
is,
used
doesn't
or
matter.
new?
Sounds like a pussy.
Okay. For the cucumber then. In Resident Evil, who says the following quote? Ouch. Is it A, Ashley Graham? B, Richard Aiken? C, Rebecca Chambers? Or D, Albert Wesker?
Sorry, I didn't even catch to hear what C was.
Rebecca Chambers.
Rebecca Chambers. I see. Can I get 50-50?
Yes, you can.
Okay, thanks. Glad
Okay,
you're here.
it's your 50-50 answer is Ashley Wesker.
Ashley Wesker?
Yes.
You didn't know?
Like they're one entity? Oh shit. Excuse me, I burped. It's Whisker.
I'm afraid the real answer we were looking
Mother.
for is Billy Cohen. I know you didn't win a cucumber.
Oh my god.
You bastard!
Thanks for playing. Get fucked. Okay.
Oh, should have called him fat.
Wow.
That's okay. I'm still getting the $50,000.
I don't see a pinky missing.
Who said it was mine?
Ooh.
Bum,
Okay.
bum, bum.
Shall we read some comments?
No.
Less. What?
Ness?
I said less.
Nintendo Entertainment System?
I said less. I don't.
Less.
Words are
Alright.
difficult. Okay.
It's good that you picked less because the question was, do
Now more than
8
ever.
league have spiders?
Okay, first comment is from Danielle Wolf. You know, I'm not trying to take the piss. It's just fun. The comment is, "Oh man, my childhood fear. By the way, bet there will be a parody." So
What
that
video?
comes
Yeah, what
from
was this?
RE3 demo.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
That makes more sense.
And I don't know how you did a YouTube video on the original RE3 demo, but there you go.
What?
Anyway, question one. Shut up.
Question one. Shut up. Question two.
Question
Fuck
one.
you.
Without giving away any spoilers, well, I suppose you can do later on, but without giving away any spoilers, has anyone had any for the Resident Evil 3 parody? Asking everyone.
Have we
Have
had any
any what?
ideas for a Resident Evil 3 parody? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, and then no.
I'm doing multiple things with that, and that's all I'm going to say for now.
Ooh.
We briefly talked about what I was thinking about for Remake 3 on my Resident Evil 3 PS1 stream. Right, Sean?
Ooh.
What, was I there? What?
Yes, you were there! You bastard!
You bastard.
I think you fell asleep again, a bit like when you
Wow.
told me 30 Little Sinners.
Oh!
That sounds way worse than it actually is. How dare you?
You're quite welcome. Question two. Were you scared by the game? Yes or no?
No.
No.
We'll
What
save
game?
that for when we
I'm
get
just
there.
kidding.
What?
Resident
Yes.
Evil 3 remake. You were
Yes.
scared?
Oh, like scared, like, oh my god, I can't walk forward? No, but I jumped a lot. Especially when I turned off the fucking voices,
Oh,
which
shit.
we'll get into after. We'll talk later.
Okay. Next comment is again from the RE3 demo. From Guardian saying, "Hope the brightness setting on the game are fixed in the final version. The bobbleheads are also really hard to get." So question one, what did people think of the Charlie bobbleheads?
Eh.
I don't like their names.
Yeah.
It
Um.
it didn't bite my finger.
Didn't bite my shiny metal ass.
I only like the trophy name. Goodbye, Charlie. That's it.
I like shooting them in the face.
I don't know. I thought them doing that in Resident Evil 2 I thought was weird, and then the evolution of that was even more weird. So it's fine. I just don't think it really needed to be there.
Let's
Yeah.
go to question two then. Do you miss shooting the raccoons?
No.
I thought the raccoons was better, but again, we didn't really need that.
Miss the emblems because they're hard to find, but a little bit more obvious.
I don't like collectibles.
But the emblems,
Emblems.
emblem. I'm a Dan.
Wow.
Okay. The next comment is a bit long, so I'm going to try and shorten it a bit. But it's from Lee SJBMCPRS.
What the
What?
hell is with your screen name, Lee? What is it? I don't understand.
I know, right?
Tell me.
I'm not going to tell you.
What, wow. Well, I didn't ask you, motherfucker.
Oh, bitch.
Wow.
Okay. This is from the Wardcast 79, so you know how. Go read it for the full. But he goes on to say not to speak ill of the staff in Konami. If ever Silent Hill title comes out, I think, but I could place trust in new Silent Hill with modern Konami attached to it. Question 1. Does the products Konami have published over the last several years, as we know, as well as news and reports of their doings, make you confident in a new Silent Hill / Metal Gear or a new game in general?
No.
Nope.
What?
But to shorten what Alec was saying, do you trust Konami in its current state to make a new Silent Hill?
I don't know Konami and I don't play Silent Hill, so I feel like I can't really
Right.
answer that properly.
The
no.
only glimmer of hope was PT, and that got canned, so...
SD Perry.
No, you made it worse. Now I have PTSD, Perry.
PTSD Perry.
PTSD, Perry.
Question 2. What was the last Konami published product you got and enjoyed? Lee's answers are to question 1, no. Question 2, Castlevania Anniversary Collection in 2019.
Mine was probably
So-
Metal Gear 5,
Mine was
and that was
Silent Hill.
mixed. Silent Hill, the first one?
No, well, the latest one. Oh man, I don't even remember the latest I played.
Downpour, really?
I didn't play Downpour.
Dude, what the-
Probably the latest released Konami thing that I played was probably either Metal Gear Solid or no, Rising. Rising happened. That was a thing.
That was before 5, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never played 5.
What?
Yeah, I was pushed back by the everything going on by that.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess my latest in Konami was Rising.
God damn.
Hey, at least it's a good game.
Yeah, it is. That's fair.
Yeah. So my last Konami memory was good at least.
They're a bunch of wankers.
Konami are a bunch of wankers. Okay, final question then. What would you like Konami to actually do first? A Silent Hill game or a Metal Gear game?
Silent Hill.
Metal Gear's yeah, Silent Hill. Metal Gear's is done.
Metal
It's done.
here. Hill.
Metal.
Silent
Metal Hill.
Silent here.
Silent Gear.
Silent
Yeah.
Hill. Heel. Fuck.
Hill.
I fucked up the joke. God damn
Here.
Silent Gear Hills, Solid Hill.
Actually, Metal Heels would be pretty cool too.
They should make a Shayla Hill.
it.
Well, Konami needs to make a new game more than ever.
Than ever.
Got it.
And that was read your comments. And over to the Shaun.
Hello.
Yeah, Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, we didn't skip read your comments this week. Hey, what an idiot. Who the fuck
Read
would do that? Hey, you shut your face.
I did. After your.
Wow. Okay,
Oh, wow.
so we don't have time for the Machinima talk.
Machinima.
So we're gonna
Oh,
go
no,
right.
mama.
We'll do it. We'll get
Sorry,
Dante back for
Dante.
the next one, and we'll do it then. It's fine.
No!
We'll make
Matt
it work.
Damon. We just Matt Damoned him. I'm sticking
Wow.
to it.
God damn it. No.
God damn it!
So now, for better or for worse, we're gonna dig into some Resident Evil 3 remake spoilery-ness. So if you haven't played the game, you can
Get
dip out
fucked.
now.
Goodbye.
'Cause lots
Thank
of
you for
spoilers
joining the
are incoming.
Wardcast.
Like, subscribe, thank your parents.
Adopt your
And go
dog.
play Resident Evil 3.
Now more
Yep.
than
Why
ever,
not?
go play Resident Evil 3.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ!
But for everybody else, here we go.
Do-do-do-do.
Wow.
So Nemesis sucked.
What a bitch. No. So
Why
to
did
kick
why
things-
they remade Resident Evil 3 without putting Nemesis? I don't know.
Wow.
Jill
So
had pants.
what? Wow.
I can't
She
believe
still
Jill
doesn't
died.
have a skirt. What? So
For this army.
Resident Evil 3 Remake has been pretty divisive so far. It currently sits as high as an 8.4 on Metacritic and goes as low as a 5.4 in user reviews. So yeah, that's a pretty big divide. But some of those reviews are as low as a 0, like the individual user reviews, and some of them go all the way up to 10. So there's a lot of fluctuation in there. And I kind of read through some of them because I was curious, and a lot of those negative ones are review bombs and people that, like, they just shit on the game and they either don't give a good reason, or the reasons that they have aren't they're not justified enough to give a 0 or whatever the shitty score is that they're giving it. So there's a lot of toxic shit in there that's kind of bringing that score down.
Perhaps they were playing Resistance.
Oh,
mistake.
God. Yeah, maybe that's the problem.
It's all
There's
the wrong
two
game.
games that you shouldn't lump together.
But the two main detractors are Nemesis himself, of course, and then the length of the game are the two things that continually come up. But first off, what is everybody's like general hot take on the game? Do you think was it good? Was it bad? Was it meh? Like how do you feel about it in general?
I actually enjoyed playing RE3 better than RE2 remake.
Poor K.
Just
That's
to
fine.
put that out there.
That means why.
Wow. We'll go into that later. But yeah, so you liked it though.
Yeah,
You'd say it's a good game?
yeah. I think it's a good game. It's very different from the original, but it's still a fun game.
Cool. Yes.
I liked it, and you know that.
Well, the
I really
listeners
liked
don't know. What you are.
I was really happy with like all of it. I don't say the only thing. I'm still mad that I recognize, like, Jill makes me think of somebody I saw in a movie somewhere, and I've been spending like all week trying to figure out who. So that's just frustrating. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was spooky, like jumps. Nemesis didn't bother me as much because I didn't look at him long enough to see his face.
Wow.
I would run away.
Even in the
I'm getting really good at the dodge, so I really like the dodge being there. Going back to like RE2 remake without the dodge makes me mad because I feel like it dumbed down the game for me, which I like to do. But the fact that I was able to play it on standard the first time and actually like follow that difficulty made me happy. Because the other one I had to dumb down to assist because I couldn't get through and I was getting mad, and I just wanted to see how the game ended. So it was good.
What about you, Dante? Did you like it? Was it good or bad? Or me?
Me.
I fucking hated it. I'm kidding. It was all right. It wasn't like super fantastically like, oh my god, like the best of the best, and it wasn't like a fucking 0. It was, it was just in this middle spot because, like, it goes back to the fact that I just recently played Resident Evil 3 and all that jazz, and then also playing a little bit of Resident Evil 2 Remake for that thing I was doing. Like, Nemesis took, like, a really big backseat, which really, took away a lot of the stress that I was going to otherwise feel, and like playing it on standard mode, Alex saw how much fucking healing items I had left over just by playing on standard mode.
Yeah.
I had a lot, like 13, because, like with the ammo pickups or just the ability that you can dodge or just as Carlos punch shit.
Yeah.
Or,
He's like
or in
Chris.
Yakuza terms, Tiger Drop. Fucking, I don't know. For standard mode, for the standard game, obviously not taking account into hardcore mode or nightmare mode because that's living up to its own thing. It wasn't too challenging and all that. and if anything, it was just, I don't know. It wasn't really that challenging. Like, even with Nemesis, like when he was still being Mr. X kind of Nemesis, when he was still the Nemesis that we were supposed to fear and shit, it was already over when I realized, oh, hey, a grenade. Boom, that's my get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
And it's like you just run to your two destinations, which are relatively close and not too far. It's like it's over. The fear is already was about as done as you playing Resident Evil 2 again and dealing with Mr. X kind of thing. So I don't know. I feel like we're about to get more in depth later, so I'll save a lot of that for then. But yeah, it's all right.
Ouch.
Well, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it kind of is. I mean, if you buy a game, especially one that you're like excited to get, and it leaves you with, it was all right. It's not great.
Well,
great.
I came to it expecting it to live up to like the modern day version of living up to the torch that the original Resident Evil 3 and Resident Evil 2 brought to the table, kind of thing. So the fact that it was feeling relatively the same was, in the modern day sense, was like, okay, it could be worse.
It kind of set up a weird expectation, I think, too, because Resident Evil 2 Remake did do it so well, and it was received very well, where like it just made us expect the next one to be on par. But you got to look at it comparing like Resident Evil 2 and 3 back in the day were also very different games. Like they were like, it's exactly the exact same situation where 3 was created a lot quicker. You know, it had a different tone to it. You know, it just it's not the same game, but people were expecting the same game. They were expecting Resident Evil 2 Remake again, just like people were expecting Resident Evil 2 Original again, and they didn't get it in either situation. So it's just like, but with 2, it was so good that people just wanted more of that, and that's just not what they were going to get. They were never going to get that because Resident Evil 3 was never that.
And that's what I was basically coming to expect when I heard that Resident Evil 3 was coming out so soon after Resident Evil 2. So that's why I mean, like, it lives up to what it was back in the day in the modern day sense. So, you know, I'm not entirely disappointed because I came in knowing exactly it was going to be kind of like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So, Shaun, what's your full 2 cents or general thought?
So my just overall general, I thought it was good. It kind of hit about where I was expecting it to. There were some things that weren't in there that I was expecting to be in there that were disappointing, and then there were things that were in there that I wasn't anticipating that were awesome. So, I mean, there's pros and cons to it. Overall, I think it plays really well. I think that it was done really well, and I think it's a good game in general. I feel it just had some missed opportunities. Obviously, it was short, you know, and Nemesis. Everybody knows my opinion on that, and that hasn't changed. But I think for what it is, I think they did a good job, and they did it quickly, which is impressive. And they managed to make it fucking look even better than Resident Evil 2 Remake somehow, which was great. So there's it's a high quality game. It plays well. I think it was successful. I think it did what it needed to do, honestly. So let's talk about kind of the story and the characters and stuff like that, because there's a lot of changes in that. And then there's the whole opening with the pandemic thing. So,
oh boy.
Yeah. People are saying kind of how this game was released at the wrong time, which is very inaccurate. That comment makes no sense. Like, I know this might be shocking, but Capcom didn't create the current pandemic, nor did they know that this was going to happen alongside the game release. So, like, why the fuck are we saying, like, we're talking about this like it was planned? Like, that's not the case. Everybody needs to chill out.
This was not plotted by the start by Umbrella.
Exactly. Like, it's really crazy, and people should be sympathetic that, like, what the fuck are the odds that this pandemic would happen at the exact same time that this particular game came out? Like any Resident Evil game could have come out, with the exception of like a handful. Like Resident Evil 3, Outbreak, and 6. You know, those 3 are kind of about an outbreak. You know, they have that kind of thematically relatable to the pandemic. So any other Resident Evil could have come out at this time and nobody would have said shit, but it just happened to be this fucking one. And that's just, it was an inconvenient thing, but that's just kind of the way that the cards fell. And it's driven home even more because they decided to go with that live action opening thing, talking about how quick the virus is spreading and everything. Like, it's crazy that happened, but it's not Capcom's fault. You can't hold that against Capcom for that situation playing out the way that it did. I think it's kind of interesting, the fact that it worked out that way. It's kind of weird, and I find that entertaining, if nothing else.
That's because we live in a modern day culture that's really outraging about everything.
Yeah.
So that's why they probably didn't say as much when Resident Evil 6 was around, or why Resident Evil 6 isn't being brought up as much now in these days.
Well, people are talking about it now because it's coming out during the pandemic. So people are treating it as if like Capcom's being insensitive. Like they're like, oh, like, look at this pandemic that's going on. Let's make a game about it or something. Like that's kind of how it's being received and treated, and that's not the case.
When it's like, hello,
years to make.
Yeah, we released a trailer telling you when this game was going to be released. We didn't know anything about no fucking COVID by the time the game's release date was approaching. So
yeah, and what were they supposed to do? Delay it? That wouldn't make any sense.
I mean, the only reason I would want it to be delayed was
more
to
content.
get more in. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the only delay I've wanted from that game. But other than that, not because people can get offended.
Yeah, I think people are just taking it too personal.
I think you're forgetting there's going to be DLC for Ari at some point.
Is there, though?
Yeah,
well,
I mean, there's scenes that could have led to DLC, like how did Carlos get from the RBD to the hospital? Or Brad,
what happens to Nikolai?
Yeah, I'm so glad that ending. I'm so glad of that one.
Shot him in the dick.
Are we gonna get to that later?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
But you bring up the characters, and I just wanted to say, with RE3, the characters are spot on.
Yeah. I
feel like they're really saturated.
Yeah, the characters are probably the thing that they shine the best at. I think they really captured them very well, which is impressive considering, what the source material was to update those characters into modern times and still keep their identity and grow that and have it fit. Like, that's hard. That's hard to nail, and I think they did a really good job with that.
It's better than RE2.
I feel like
with
just like RE2, like with Chief Irons, being hella saturated version of his former self. The same thing was kind of going with Nikolai. Like, Nikolai was a subtle, shady character in the original. Now he's completely, obviously, I'm a fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
In the remake, and that's just something I'm noting. Whether I like it or not doesn't really matter.
That's a fair shout, actually.
Yeah,
they did lean into that a bit more. But I mean, it makes sense, he's the villain or whatever,
Sort of. He's like a sub-villain next to like Nemesis. Like, they're not directly connected. They just happen to be in the same place at the same time.
Yeah, he's
sort of
human antagonist. So I felt like they wanted to drive that home, and I thought they did that well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is one of the changes that they made for sure is on Nikolai. But again, I feel like it was appropriate. I didn't feel like, oh God, this doesn't feel like Nikolai at all. I feel like it feels like a more realistic version of what Nikolai would be. And I'm sure that's what the intention was. And I think that's also why Leon and Claire kind of changed somewhat. Like, they tried to make them more realistic compared to what they were before. And I feel like they did that well, too.
Yeah, by making them panic more.
Fuck!
And I kind of, what was it? Jill, because I remember before you guys were just talking about like, oh no, Jill's all aggressive and she swears. And I'm just like, Jill's not all that bad. Listen, she says sorry when picking up a gun from a dead guy. She says sorry a lot. Jill's Canadian. That's why Jazz likes Jill.
Like, on that subject too, like the same thing you said at the beginning during the demo, people were all fucking butthurt that Jill said fuck to Carlos. But I'm like you said, character development, right? You know, in the original or whatever, when Nikolai would shoot somebody, Jill would be like, oh, "You're so cruel," or like some fucking shit like that.
Yeah, it
but
doesn't
like
make sense.
the
Who would say that?
proper response for somebody in that age group seeing that kind of shit after all the other shit she's seen is what the fuck. That is just how people would react to that.
Yeah, and they
made it more realistic, like.
Because the originals were Japanese writing being translated to English. They just got better at it since Resident Evil 1.
Yeah, and they
Way
kind of
better at
set the tone and Jill's mindset for the rest of the game. It's like she's normal, kind of mellow, and then bam, Nemesis starts to beat her ass, and that's where you first hear her swear, and that's a legitimate reaction. It's like, oh, you just got your ass kicked. Fuck, ow. And then, you know, things just get worse from there as things go on. So, of course, she's going to be agitated and like, angry and shit. And she's a fucking adult. She can swear. It makes total sense. I feel like all those adjustments, the swearing, her attitude, her defensiveness, and her aggressiveness, I feel like all those things are completely warranted. Legit. Yeah, like, those additions were needed to make her feel more real.
If you don't want Jill swearing, she doesn't swear in Japanese because...
As
like
far
the
as you know. No.
I'm gonna play it in German. There's gonna be like way more swearing.
Because I know it. Like the one time when Carlos is like, "Oh, you can go get some bottled water to put out the fire," you know, in English he says "fuck you," but in Japanese he's kind of like, "What? Well, what? Nani?"
You're right.
Like, what the hell or what? What are you talking about? That's what she's basically saying. So
Japan's like, what?
we don't know how to. Fuck
America's
you.
like, fuck you.
And yeah, that
Exactly.
particular one, like when Jill's on the radio with Carlos and she's like, "Fuck you," when he makes that joke, it's like, "Look, dude, I just got my ass beat by a giant monster, had to run through a city, and now the path that I need to go is on fucking fire, and you're joking with me? Like, kiss my ass." I feel like it was too.
Yeah, like, hey, I woke up from the only nap I've had in a week, and this motherfucker broke through my house while I was on the phone with the only friend I have left in town.
Yeah.
And he threw me in the fire that I finally got out of. Then I find these fuckers who work for the company that started all this shit, and now you're trying to make a joke?
Yeah.
And also that friend of mine that helped me is a zombie.
Oh yeah, because he died too, saving me.
Yeah.
Also throwing me on the goddamn floor.
She's been through some shit. Like, yeah, I think the way that they handled her and Carlos was very, very well done. Carlos was like, he, you know, you could sympathize with him and his situation, and the performance was there to kind of drive that home as well. And I like that they added that scene.
Computer.
Yeah, I love that scene that they threw that in there, and he's like, "Oh shit, she was right." Fucking, and then he gets pissed off.
Me.
Yeah, I love
Punches
that.
the computer and opens the door.
Fuck!
I had a video of Carlos kicking me because like I ran ahead of him.
I
at
did
that
that
part where
too.
you're running down, and he just like molests, like just walks
Shit.
into Jill and like looks like he's grinding on her, and I'm like, whoa, buddy, what the fuck? And then he kicks me. I'm like, oh, okay,
Wow, 2020.
boundaries, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Me too, man.
But everybody,
You know, some people argued that this was the first time Jill ever swore. They were like, it's totally out of character. She's never sworn before, so why would they make her swear? And
Because it's
she swears
Japanese
in-
writing being American.
But she swears in remake.
And which scene was that again?
She says when she's on the radio and the radio stops working,
Shit.
she says shit, it's
Yeah.
broken. And like the
Oh,
first time
right.
I heard that, I was the same. I was like, did she just say shit? And I had to go back and like listen to it. I was like, oh my god, shit. And I was like, it's fair though. Like everything that's going on now, your fucking radio is broken.
yeah.
The last thing you want.
And
I
things have
love Jill
escalated
this
a
one.
lot from that point in her life too. And
I
again,
love
it's
Jill
just like
this
they're trying to make more realistic, believable characters and what they would be feeling and saying during this crazy situation. So it makes sense that they're going to make adjustments like that, and I feel
Right?
like everything there made a lot of sense. It's not like she was like fuck shit bitch, god damn it, you know what I mean? Like then I would understand.
Like Claire. No, I'm just kidding. But like I told you, right? That like it's alright to talk about like what happens in the story and stuff.
Yeah, we're
Well,
talking
like,
about story right now.
When you first run into that guy, I don't know his name.
Dario?
No, the one that's just sitting on the ground and Nikolai shoots at him.
Murphy.
Murphy. So like when you first run into that guy, and I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't know who he was. I couldn't remember him. And he fucking gets shot. I yelled like, "What the fuck!" Like I got so scared. And then she yells the exact same thing. And I'm like, "Well, that's
I
an
love
accurate
her face
reaction."
on that when she gets up. She's like, "What the?"
She's like, yeah,
so
like
bad.
what?
I really like that scene. That was really
You're
cool.
so cruel.
I was gonna do that.
It was all justified. I had dibs.
Fuck her.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
If we're talking about like Jill's fucking done with shit attitude, especially with Nemesis kind of thing, like the final fight. This is the last fucking time.
Yeah. She's so done with him.
And she just throws her arms out there, just like, Jesus, this is a giant, gorgeously, horrifically looking Nemesis. And she's just like, this is it, bro. I ain't doing this no more.
I actually have something on the subject of the Nemesis fights, but I want to wait and see if it's something you're going to come up.
In terms of gameplay or
gameplay.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about good old Nemi.
Nemesis will be his own section.
So everybody pretty happy with the way that they treated like the main cast, like Jill and Carlos, more or less.
I didn't
Nikolai.
like what they did with Brad as much.
Yeah, Brad, I feel like was a miss in a couple of different ways. I feel like his changes to his character, like I understand the reasoning for it to make him, the heroic sacrifice kind of thing. Like I understand that, and that's always cool to have, but that's not Brad. That's never been Brad. And to see,
yeah, Brad was the coward that flew away from everybody in Resident Evil 1.
Yeah, like it's weird to see him like that. Like he's a little bit beefier in his design, and he's like trying to save Jill and stuff like that, and it felt a little off.
It felt more like Richard.
Because
Yeah.
Brad was originally just supposed to be the demonstration of this is Nemesis, he's fearsome, watch the fuck out. And then they decided to just go with him turning to a zombie and use that to bring back the Brad zombie and explain Marvin's
That was a good
situation.
touch, though. I liked that.
What?
How Marvin got attacked.
Oh yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
That sorry, humanity. Nope, just kidding.
That was a little weird.
Yeah.
The talking zombie, I was kind of
Talking Brad zombie.
That was kind of weird, but I feel like the biggest miss with Brad is like they did it so much better in the first one because like Brad is just trying to protect himself. Like when you first see him, what's he doing? He's running away, right?
Shooting
That's
a
perfect,
zombie.
right? So he's running
Calling for
away.
help.
Yeah, calling for help. He's being a chicken like you expect him to be, and then you find him in the bar or whatever, and he's trying to protect himself. Boom, he gets bit trying to save his own ass. Makes sense. It's all perfect. And then when he does have his heroic moment, when he pushes Jill out of the way of Nemesis, like he's already dead and he probably knows that, so he's going to be a little bit more brave. Like the whole way that everything kind of flows in the original is perfectly set up, and they removed all that and they completely changed what Brad is, and I don't think that was the right call.
That was a Brad call.
Ah, what do you guys think?
Yeah, Brad is definitely different. However, I liked that they did something different with his story, because, like, if you played the original, everyone just knows, Nemesis is just gonna get him and go fuck his skull. So, it was nice that I was playing it thinking, okay, I don't really know what's happening to Brad. I know he's got bit, but I don't know how he's transferred to complete zombie mode. Is there something he was doing before then? From the bar to the RPD, what was he doing between times? And I'm curious to know that. So
You play as Brad zombie in a DLC.
I like how they
not
tried
do
to.
any kind of like fucking Brad or I don't know, or Carlos DLC. We don't need that.
Fuck Carlos.
Do you remember how they said they were going to expand on Dario? And
Yeah, where'd that go?
he was he's still as limited as going into the fucking truck is. Now you can drag more lines out of him
Yeah.
and shoot him if you want for more hilarious dialogue. That's it.
yeah, I was disappointed with Dario.
He didn't even bring up his daughter. They're just like, nah, I'm just gonna hide in this
And
truck.
he had his sleeve.
Yeah,
Yep.
let's not go into that too much, because
Yeah, let's forget about him.
yeah. All right, what about fuck, what's his name? Kendo.
Fuck, what's Kendo?
Kendo had his thing in RE2 though.
Yeah, but was it nice to have Kendo in RE3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they fucked that up though. Like I love what they did with them. I would have liked to see more, but I like the scenes that they did in the game. I thought they were really good. But the fact that they threw that in that trailer at the end of the demo fucking ruined that. Because it's like, hey guys, look who's in the game, and you get a very brief scene with both of them, and those would have been way more enjoyable if they came out of nowhere. You weren't expecting
Right.
to see them. And it's like, oh shit, you get this little cameo, and then you appreciate that. But since they set that up, I was expecting more, and I didn't get
Well,
it.
since I kind of got that because I avoided all the trailers like the fucking
That's
plague.
good.
So, it was cool. What was even cooler was, I mentioned this like off podcast, but for the podcast listeners, that they updated Resident Evil 2 to have like a small little cameo of RE3, where if you go to play as Leon, you go to Kendo's shop. Jill leaves a letter for Kendo, just be like, I don't know what's going on, but, you do you, mate. Hope you're okay. And you get a trophy for that, a little small trophy called Following Jill.
Yeah, that's
So,
pretty cool.
yeah, that's about as much as that got for Kendo.
Hey, while we're on side characters and cameos, anybody else was upset at the end when they're on the helicopter and it doesn't like pan over to Barry driving?
Yep.
I was like bouncing on the edge of my bed. I was like, is Barry there? Barry?
It was
Barry.
disappointing to have only that ending. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
There was like no
However-
cameos.
Yeah, however, I'm happy that, they didn't kill Nikolai straight off there. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, there is a slight chance Nikolai could have got away. So,
And then the
for-
nuke falls.
no, for me, I want Nikolai to live. I want him to be in a later Resident Evil game, because he is a good bad guy. And I don't think Resident Evil have a lot of good bad guys anymore. So
Anymore.
I think that ship has sailed though. For them to bring him back at this point, I think it would just be weird. Like, where the fuck has he been? What's he been doing?
Wesker.
What if he was actually Wesker in Resident Evil 5? And
Oh,
that's
God.
that's why they could bring back Wesker later in other Resident Evil games. Ta-da! It would explain the bad haircut.
He's really Jessica.
Do you want to talk about cameos? Let's talk about the one at the small ass post credits with the guy with the punching bag and green shirt and the manly hand.
Oh, that's green.
That's
That's green. Wow, his
yeah.
name is green now.
wow.
Idiot.
But
Obviously,
yeah,
that's green.
yeah. At the end, it was a green color jazz. So I don't
It was
know.
a
Maybe
good
it's
character.
some guy who punches boulders or punches punching bags and shit.
Punches Ethan's.
Some people think
Yeah.
that's Jill.
Punches Jill. No,
Well, it
that's
was a-
obviously Chris.
Yeah, it was totally 100% Chris
If
because
you
that
look
hand
at
was
all
too
the
manly.
And you look at all the different games that every single character has been in, and they're always color coded the exact same color that they've
Yeah,
always
that's
had. Like everybody on the fucking all the random little stars dudes all have the same outfits except for their unit, which is all color coded or whatever. All the BSAA guys have fucking green vests and brown pants, but Jill is all in blue and Sheva's wearing a tank top.
I didn't.
And Sheva's wearing a tank top.
Like no one.
I didn't see
Sheva
that.
Why?
When the fuck does that happen? The post-credit scene that I saw, like Jill just had the broken anti.
You thought that was Jill?
To be fair, I
We
thought
don't
it was Jill
know.
as well.
We
I
don't.
almost
I
thought that.
assumed it was Chris because of the green.
Well, that and how the structure of the hand. Like I was like, is that Jill? No, that hand's too, like muscular. It's too male. And then there's the punching bag, which
You know what would be a really awesome, actually, now that I think about it, the DLC addition to this would be like to do that Russia part that they did in Umbrella Chronicles.
Yes.
Like
Okay.
that's one of them grabbing that and off they go. We're going to fucking Russia.
Like if we can actually have that Umbrella Chronicles thing as an actual Resident Evil style game, that would be cool instead of just a rail shooter.
But it wouldn't be a whole game though because it's so short. It would do really good as a DLC, but
Right. As a DLC. Yeah, I agree.
I'll have to watch that again. But yeah, I would think if anything, it would be Nikolai, if it's not Jill. But I don't know. I'll have to watch it and see.
It's Jessica.
Maybe I wasn't paying attention. It's Jessica.
It's Billy.
I was hoping
God
to see
damn it.
more, like we said, kind of more Brad, Marvin, Kendo, and then more of the UBCS soldiers. Like I feel like they almost removed them. You know, the only ones that you really see, like you get to see Murphy
main
and
characters.
you get to see
Mihail.
Tyrell, and that's it. Like
Shit, Tyrell.
in the other one, you got to see those motherfuckers all over the goddamn city, and you know you got to see them in a couple in-game
fucked.
cutscenes as well. Yeah, you get to see them die and stuff, and it added another layer that I felt was missing in this one.
That's what I was missing too. Like that opening sequence with the news,
Yeah.
that was it. I was expecting to see like more of the outbreak going out, like everyone fucking dying and shit. And instead we just get like brief glimpses of that just from the opening game, but it wasn't even like the same degree that the Resident Evil 3 CG intro brought.
You didn't have the zombie in the helmet reflection. Fucking classic.
But yeah, it just
Yeah,
kinda
or
made
zombies
things
using
feel
elevators.
empty, like emptier than it was before. And the UBCS, they didn't have a presence really. You know, it was just like instead of being a military group, you know, this big group, you know, going into the city and doing their thing, trying to help out whatever they're trying to do, it's just a small group of soldiers. Like it
Could've been
was a
worse.
completely different presence.
You only get told by them through Mikhail. He's like, hey,
Yeah.
we had a bunch of groups and then they got swamped.
Yeah, that
How
was kinda
strange.
lame. Yeah.
Everyone's
nice to
dead. It's
see
just us
that.
now. Cheaper to animate.
But in the original,
feel
you
like-
got to see them a couple of times. So it's like you see the majority of them die at the beginning, which was a big group, and then you get to see a handful of them throughout the game die as well. And I feel like
Right.
that was a nice thing to see. You know, there's still survivors kind of trying to survive throughout the city. It's not just you. It just made it seem more alive a little bit that way, and I feel like that would have been nice to see in the remake.
Right. Instead, we get real, awkwardly real live action footage.
Yeah, that was super awkward. And I don't like when they do that, honestly, because when you have multiple like types of style, like media, you got live action and then you got CG, and it's just, yeah, it confuses it. Like it pulls you out of it. They feel like two separate things. And that's
Like at the
something-
end,
that's something that I liked with that when it changed over where like everything's being done with in-game engine, like all the cutscenes are done using the in-game engine. I felt like that was a very important step, you know, for bridging together the experience of the game, because there's not that separation of like really high quality CG and then the shitty in-game stuff. It's like it's all the same. So when you do the same thing, you have a really good looking in-game engine and then you separate it by putting in live action, you're doing that same thing. And I don't think that's a good way to do it.
I had a real big ass confusion like near the end of that sequence when they're going on the helicopter. I'm like, is that real or is that CG? I'm like,
Yeah,
so
the
fucking
helicopter part
confused.
confused me too.
It was getting way too intense.
And with Nemesis too, because he was at least semi CG. So like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting.
On the note of Mikhail, because I thought I don't know why, but I really hate the first few words that come out of his mouth. Like the way he says, like, you don't want to ask this lady what her name is. She is a member of Stars Alpha Team. Something about, like, it sounds, the way he delivers that line just really sounds like he was trying to force himself into the trailer or something. I never watched the trailer, so I don't know, but I don't like the delivery of that. It's too cheesy.
Yeah, he was pushing the performance a little bit too much. Like overperforming a little bit in a way.
Mhm.
Yeah, I felt that too. But yeah, and then going back to the intro, I think that's probably one of my biggest gripes is that, like, I like how they open the game with Jill's apartment and everything, but I think that the original intro was very important in setting everything up, because you had, you know,
Right.
you showed the scale, you showed the population, the chaos, all the soldiers and the police that are being taken over by the infected. That really kind of sets up the tone and just kind of build into the game really well. And just kind of gives you a better sense of the scope and the impact of what's happening and what's going on in the city. And that's just gone.
It's gone, and then it's even more confusing when you think about it, because if this news was going off, how come like Jill doesn't even know what the fuck's going on? She's going outside, it's like, what's going on out there?
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
Her
that's
TV's
true.
broken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it contradicts.
Static.
It contradicts a lot of information.
Yeah, that's true.
It would have been cool if they did something like Last of Us, where you're like watching the TV and then you hear the explosion like in the distance as well as on TV.
That would have been cool.
But if they
yeah.
did something like The Last of Us, it wouldn't be released.
Wow. I just think
I
it just seems like it was kind of a lazy move. I feel like they could have kept all that in there and still started out in Jill's apartment. Like I think that would have been cool to show all the chaos and all this shit happening, and then go to Jill. They probably have to change it a little bit because she would have to be more aware that something's happening. Like she's a smart police officer, you know, she shouldn't be oblivious. So, but you could still start it out. Like I love that they started in the apartment. I think they could still do that. And then lead into what we had, which I thought was also a strong opening, but it just that beginning part in the original I feel was really important to set things up, and then you could just lead into the new stuff. Like then you're having both, right? You have the original content and you have the new content, and you could streamline them together, and it would flow really well. So I feel like that was just kind of a missed opportunity. And then people that played the original, obviously, when you start the game, you feel like you're almost in the middle of the game, right? It's like boom, Nemesis is here, and you know you're already thrown out into the city, and then you blow through the city so quick. It just feels very rushed with everything.
maybe
That's
they
just-
were trying to put you in the role of Jill, like put you more into the game of like you wake up, go to the bathroom, answer your phone, and then all this shit starts happening. You're like, what? And everywhere you turn, there's just like why is that guy hanging there? What is that? What the fuck? And she's like, how could it be this bad? Like she doesn't know. Her TV's broken. She doesn't have a radio. Obviously, she's not talking to anyone because they're all dicks and they all left.
except Brad through pizza delivery letters.
Yeah.
Could be, it could be like in the books where she went back to get some fucking clothes and then everybody was gone.
What did
Yeah.
people think about the puzzles? Or lack
What
of
puzzles?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
See, I remember I had a Resident Evil 2 notepad for like all the puzzles, so I could speed through that. And then Remake gets the save codes, the fucking train thing, Fa Safo, and the vaccine. That's it.
Mm.
And then obviously reusing the notes for the Resident Evil 2 fucking locks,
Yeah.
Kappa DCM, ta-da. It definitely, like I was saying a little earlier, it got more action focused as opposed to like the puzzles and shit. So, you know, shit ton of ammo.
Sean, I don't know if you
Tiger
remember my video of when I played the demo and I like came across that color thing with the three, like the red, the I guess blue and green.
Uh-huh.
And I was so like the disappointment thinking there was gonna be a fucking color puzzle. And then when you find out it's just like, put this here. Okay, you're good.
Yep. Wasn't even a puzzle.
They just changed it to get bonus items if you get these jewels.
Yeah.
I never got the green one.
That's the most important one.
I can't see it.
It's
You
because
don't
the
need to know
jewels
what
are.
color it is. You find a
Just-
jewel.
Yeah. It's fuck.
Don't tell
Damn.
me where it is. I still gotta look for it.
Wow.
Really? Wow. It's okay. Okay.
So let's talk about Nemesis.
Oh.
Sing
boy.
me a song. You're the piano man.
Okay, here goes another hour.
The one
Fucking.
thing I wanted from RE3 Remake for the Nemesis to scare me, and it didn't, and they failed there completely.
Yeah. Because it's funny, because in the original Resident Evil 2 versus Remake, you know, they gave the full vision of what they wanted for Mr. X by making him, you know, the fully roam around the police station stalker. That gives you like that callback to like other games that had that, like Haunted Ground or Clock Tower, but in Resident Evil, which is cool. And they kind of had that with Nemesis in the original, because like sometimes he'll show up, sometimes he won't. Random events, who knows? Buckle up, Jimmy. And then in Resident Evil 3, it was just the only time you deal with that sort of Nemesis is like I was saying in the beginning part. You know, he shows up. Besides his scripted locations from like the escaping from him, the driving into him, when you leave the power station, you know, that was the one only time where you have that whole run away from Nemesis kind of deal. But if you make it to your destination, cool. After that, you got a grenade, cool. Get to the subway thing and do the puzzle. He's not gonna follow you there. You're done. Cool. You gotta get back to Carlos without him like fucking you up. Got another grenade. Cool. Like the whole threat of Nemesis and him running after you was really short-lived, because then after that, after you deal with the last scripted chase with Nemesis, which is still easily finished if you just shoot the barrel.
Shoot the barrel, Leon.
Shoot the fucking barrel. Then after that, he goes into, he mutates to that fucking dog-like thing, and he just becomes a boss fight that shows up here and there instead of like everywhere through the game. He takes a real backseat, and he's just not as, he's just...
If I played Resident Evil 3 original, I bet you I can still jump. Nemesis will still make me jump.
Exactly. Because he'll still be potentially everywhere and randomly. You never know.
And he stresses you out because he's actually a threat. Like, defeating
like
Nemesis
he's harder
in
to
the
kill.
original is really tough. But in fucking remake, he's a bitch. Like, you can kick his ass. And again, like you said, if you have a grenade, it's not even a fucking question. Just, throw a grenade, he's done. It's over.
And if you don't have a grenade, he has that stupid thing on his chest, which is like, shoot my weak point.
Yeah, you don't have to shoot him all that much until he's down. But, like, if you were going to fight Nemesis, like, there's a good chance you're going to get your ass beat. Like, you're taking a real risk. And he just has so much more mobility than you do. So it's like, even running from him is hard. And there's a little bit of, like, Nemesis could catch up to you pretty easily in remake. But again, if he does catch up and jumps in front of you, you can easily down him. But when he's pursuing you in the original and he catches up to you, then it's like, oh, fuck, well, fighting him is really hard. So this is going to be a stressful deal for me to overcome, whether I'm running or staying and fighting. So, like, anytime he came up, like, you knew that you were in for potentially the end of the game. Like, there's a good chance, oh, fuck, it's over. I'm going to get my ass beat. So, like, there's always that, like, even if Nemesis himself didn't scare you, you were always tense, especially when he showed up, because you didn't know, like, this could be the end. And missing those story-specific, like, choices as well, like, that added another bit of unpredictability. It's like, okay, well, Nemesis could literally show up at any point and fuck with me. There could be some random miscellaneous choice that I have to make that might force me to fight him. Like, he's always in your face, and he's always potentially around the corner, and it's always stressful because when you encounter him, it's an ordeal. You never feel that in the remake.
No.
That's bad. So
I don't feel stress
fails.
or tense.
Yeah, he totally fails to do his job. And even Mr. X in Resident Evil 2 Remake felt like he was more of a pursuer than Nemesis was, and that's fucking garbage. That's unacceptable. And they even had talked about Mr. X being kind of like a prototype for Nemesis. So what the fuck happened? Makes no
they'll
sense.
fix it in post.
Yeah, I think Nemesis was the biggest disappointment, which I was ready for. Like, I figured he would be, but I thought it would be more of a disappointment in character design than performance. But it's both. Yay! And they eliminated...
Bitch can't even swim.
They eliminated one of his best forms, too. Like, when, like, half of the trench coat is, like, melted off or whatever, and he's got, like, the tentacle, like, always kind of protruding out of his hand. Like, he looks really cool at that point. And they totally eliminated that.
I think they made it, in the remake, they made Nemesis into the legged creature really too soon.
Yeah.
It was just like, 1 minute, okay, I'm beating you or running away from you twice, and suddenly, oh, you're on fours, okay. You're not Nemesis anymore, you're just...
Yeah, he just turned into a generic boss battle.
Yeah.
And so he was even less of a threat at that point. And he just looked like some kind of, like one of the... Like, his head, it just makes me think of, like, the aliens from the Alien movies. It's
or
like,
he looks like this from Ben 10.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that fucking thing.
It's like that form you only see in the original very briefly, but in the remake, it's like half of what he is in the game. Oh, okay. I do like his final form, though. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Very annoying on the harder difficulty.
Yes,
but,
it is.
Other than that, yeah. But yeah, just the whole thing, that is the biggest problem I have. It's like you take Resident Evil 3 Nemesis and you remove Nemesis from the title when you do the remake. You make his design worse. You make him less of a threat. Like, what? Clearly, this is supposed to be revolving around the character Nemesis. He's in the fucking title. And
But they didn't put.
Yeah, they did in the remake. They didn't put.
That's what I'm
Resident Evil
saying.
3
That's what I'm
Nemesis.
saying. Like, that's proof that they didn't give a shit about Nemesis. It's like you had a game that revolved around Nemesis being a constant nuisance, always pursuing you, always getting in your way. He's on the fucking box. You know, he's part of the title. And they remove the title from the remake. They remove his just his ability to pursue you and how often he shows up and how much of a threat he is. Like, it's like they just didn't want that to be their game. They didn't want it to be the Nemesis game anymore. That's what it feels
was
like.
was more Nemesis in Resident Evil 6 than Nemesis in Resident Evil 3 remake.
Yeah, it's true.
And Ustanak maintains his form throughout the entire game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Oh well, what you gonna do when they come for you?
Can't really do a whole lot about that, unfortunately. Going back to the Brad thing too, like with Nemesis, I feel like that moment where he kills Brad too is also important because it establishes like that he's a threat and what he does and what he's gonna do to you when he gets you. You know, it's like you see his potential, and it really sets up his character. And that's gone. And if it was there, it would set the wrong expectation anyway. So maybe that's why they removed it. Fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So what about gameplay? Did you guys like how it played? Or do you think it's too easy with the dodge and faster pace? Like you run faster, you got the grenades, you know, there's more ammo.
That.
So you're definitely more capable in this game.
It's a lot less survival horror focused.
There's more action, yeah.
And that's kind of what was it? I know there was a point to this. Yeah, the whole Nemesis, because it's not as survival horror and more actiony. He was a joke, whereas in the original, you still had to think about your survival horror, you know, item management and health item management and all that shit, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I found myself on my first playthrough when I was just taking it easy, just shooting legs and shanking the shit out of every fucking zombie.
Shank my weak points.
Exactly, or giving them more hemorrhoids because I was specifically shanking them in the butt. So, yeah, it was.
Yeah, to be fair, on the harder difficulties, like
it brings it back.
The problem is, yes, on the harder difficulties, it actually gets very difficult, and you aren't getting tons of ammo, and there's more zombies, and they are a lot harder to kill, and it kind of puts it in the place where it needs to be a survival horror game. But the problem with that is balance. They threw in all these fucking extra attainable weapons that again make you OP again. So like it counterbalances itself right back to either where it was before, or it makes it even easier. Because now it's like,
I was told there was a magnum given at the beginning.
Yeah. And it's only 7 bullets. So, I mean, that's actually okay. But if you get any gun with infinite ammo, you're breaking the game. And then you get these coins that make you deal more damage or regenerate health or don't take as much damage. It ups your defense. Or you can start the game off by having more inventory slots or infinite rocket launcher or whatever the fuck. Like, there's so many things that make you so overpowered that are easily accessible around the time that you get to these harder difficulties that it's like, why would you not use those?
And on top of the fact that it doesn't even affect your grade.
Yeah, exactly. That's the worst part. Like, there's no penalty whatsoever for using those items, so of course you're going to use them. So making the harder difficulties is pointless. Like I said, Inferno was the easiest because I had the most extra items. Like, I could get bit all the time because I had...
the plan was when you played Nightmare. You knew the route from Nightmare, so you're just like, okay.
Yeah,
so
but at least...
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, because Nightmare mixes things up a little bit. They move some items around, which you don't care about at that point because you already have your infinite whatever gun. But yeah, like they move some items around. They add more zombies. So like there is some mixing up that you kind of have to readjust to, which is nice because, you know, there's a like you think you can just run through this hallway real quick and oh shit, there's a zombie there that grabs you. And normally,
Sorry, there's a whitehead.
yeah, or that. And like normally that would be like, oh fuck, I just died because of that. But no, I've got all these coins that make me fucking invincible, so who gives a shit? You know, like why would you put all those in there? Why would you break your game like that? They had a chance to make it, you know, relatively accessible with the normal difficulty and then put the higher difficulties in there and make that the challenge and make that like the core mode is hardcore or nightmare because that's the survival horror. That's where you're doing the item management. And that's where you're trying to run away more because you can't take down the zombies. But they break all that with all the extra shit.
Why did they call that mode Inferno? I just don't...
That was kind of weird. Yeah.
Because it's super hot fire.
And on nightmare mode, like I ran...
Because it kind of...
Oh, go ahead.
On Inferno mode, because it's supposed to be if you get hit once you die, right? But all the enemies have the same regular health, right?
Yeah.
So it reminds me of Devil May Cry, how it had the later difficulties after Dante must die. It's heaven or hell, where everything dies in one hit, or hell and hell, where you die in one hit. So Inferno kind of just feels like, you know, like a reference to Devil May Cry in a sense.
Could be.
With, yeah, hell and hell mode, Inferno mode, Dante's Inferno, yada yada yada.
But you wouldn't even know what the rules are in that difficulty because even though you get hit one shot, like you die in one shot, you would never know because you got coins that up your defense and regenerate you immediately. So it's like, why even put that mode in there? Sure, the zombies are stronger, but they're effectively weaker because at that point in the game, you've got all these unlockables that make you fucking almost invincible. It's so fucking stupid. And the balance is so fucked up that since you have the infinite rocket launcher when you play Inferno, that last boss with Nemesis is fucking easy as shit. But when I didn't have that and I had to go through semi-normally on Nightmare, that boss fight, I was stuck there for hours because you get one-shotted, essentially. Like, most of the hits that you get hit with stun you enough that you get hit again, so you just die immediately.
Yeah.
And like you're having to hit these like bulbs or whatever on Nemesis one at a time while dodging. Like you have to be a dodge expert at that point to win the fight. You have to dodge every single thing he throws at you or it ends. And that's cool. Like it's a challenge. Like I was getting pissed off, but at least there's the balance there where you've got like I can blow through the normal campaign okay, and then I have this more challenging version. That's a good thing. But they break that with the extra items. It doesn't make sense.
Imagine, you know, you just beat the final Nemesis boss, and then you fail to shoot Nikolai in time, and then you go out and it's like,
and then you gotta go back.
Yeah, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Shooting Nikolai, the only split decision you get in this game.
Yeah, wow, it's true. And you still have to do it though, or you fail.
Exactly.
But yeah. That when I first saw the store, I'm like, oh, cool, you get to unlock things. And turns out that's not so cool because it fucking ruins the game.
You can get yourself the lockpick and chain cutter at the start of the game. Ta-da!
That's so fucking ridiculous. I don't know why they thought that would be a good idea.
Like, I thought if it was just going to be like the costume, like the Stars costume and some other cool shit, that would have been...
And I'm sorry, but one unlockable costume? Fuck you. That's bullshit.
You can either play Remake Jill 3, Classic Resident Evil 3 Jill, or Stars Jill.
Well, if you pre-ordered. If you didn't pre-order, then you fucking get one extra costume, and that's it.
You want other costumes? Play the PC version where people mod 5,000 things, like getting Jill that dress from the shop.
Well, you know they're probably going to try and do some sort of DLC, which is fucking gross.
Yep.
We'll see. But that was pretty disappointing.
Well, DLC.
You always like that's part of the experience in Resident Evil games is unlocking all the costumes. Why? And 3 had like the most costumes in any fucking Resident Evil game to unlock. And you're gonna give one.
Where's Regina?
God damn it.
It's the Dino Crisis posters.
But other than that, like it actually plays really well. Like once you learn the dodging, it's great. It feels really good. And if they didn't have all those bonus extra items, like going through the more difficulty settings, like that could actually be an enjoyable thing that would kind of force you to learn how to dodge and just get better at the game, and that would have been great.
Or you get the skill. We get the book edited by Chris Redfield to help you dodge better. Edited by Chris Redfield. I thought it can at least tell you how to punch harder.
Wow, how to punch a boulder.
First,
Then,
protein.
of course, there's all the missing content. There's a lot.
Well, because the clock tower was kind of just glossed over, and Carlos just
Yeah.
reasonably takes her to the hospital instead of just to the clock tower. So, with what they narratively written out, it makes sense.
Yeah. But just because they explained why the reason for cutting it or whatever, trying to do their own version of the story doesn't really make it better.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like there's so much content. Like, so Mercenaries mode, gone. The Graveyard's gone. Clock Tower's gone. Dead Factory's
No
gone.
fucking Zoom.
The cafe's gone. Like, you're in there for like... Or no, you never actually go to the cafe. Yeah, no cafe. It's the donut shop, I think, is the replacement.
With the Resident Evil 2 music.
Yeah. Newspaper building gone, which is where you fight Nemesis. Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Just to kind of go back to fighting Nemesis. Let's see.
You can either be in the
clock
cafe or the
you
newspaper.
You fight Nemesis there, gone. Cafe, you fight Nemesis there, gone. Newspaper building, you fight Nemesis there, gone. There's other parts of the city that aren't in there. There's no helicopter situation with Nikolai, which kind of sucks. I mean, I like what they did with Nikolai, but we got less of him. No Gravedigger boss fight. No choices, trying to escape or fight Nemesis like we talked about. No multiple endings, no Barry, no RPD with Jill. Missing phases with Nemesis. Like, there's so much that they cut out of this game. And granted, yeah, they did add a lot of shit as well, but why would you not build on what's already there? Put the shit that we want in there and then add on to that. Why make it so short? Why remove all these things that people are expecting to see? Doesn't make any sense.
Overall, I like the game, but yes, there's things missing. But I can accept the game for what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still find myself still wanting to go back into it and get my completionist satisfied, but I don't intend to linger on it for like ever.
Yeah.
Especially since I've got my own stuff to take care of
Sure.
as Darker Bridger and not as a gamer.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of content in there. Like I said, I went through it 6 times. There's a lot of reasons to replay it or whatever. But there's a lot more potential there that I feel like they missed out on. But what is there, I feel is really good. I think it's a good game in general. But it's a missed opportunity, I feel, overall. But it's not a bad game.
It could be better.
Yeah, it could be a lot better. But it's still great. Eh.
We need more Resident Evil 3, more than ever.
Wow.
More than ever. God damn it.
And it bothers me too that people are complaining about how short it is. Like, yes, it is short, but so was the original. And
Yeah.
like, people are complaining that what's the average they're saying, like 3 to 4 hours or something like that, I think is what the average is saying. And
If
I guarantee
I'll take the additional 3.
Yeah, and I guarantee like those people are mostly just kind of rushing through. Like, if you explore everything, it's probably about a 5-hour game. And Resident Evil games, when you know what you're doing, you've always been able to run through them in about 2 hours. So this one's no different. This is an average size Resident Evil game. Like, we've been getting longer ones, like Resident Evil 5, 4, 5, and 6, the more action heavy ones have been longer. But all the survival horror focused ones have always been about that time frame. So people don't know what the fuck they're talking about when they complain about the length. It's pretty much right on target. Even with all that missing content. But people are going to complain,
Doesn't matter how long it is, just as long as you're good using it.
What?
Wow.
Oh boy.
Damn it.
Anybody got any final thoughts or things we missed you want to talk about before we wrap it up?
I'm glad you're here.
Okie dokie. Jazz, did you die?
No,
Okay.
still here.
Okay. You're here for the end.
I was here.
No,
I was listening.
I'm just saying this is the end. You're here. See?
This is the end.
This has been episode 81. Thanks for coming by and spending some good old quality time with the Ward. Because now, more than ever, we must stay united and all that bullshit. If you feel united with us, maybe unite yourself with the subscribe and the like buttons, or share our videos with some other poorer souls trapped in their homes in these post-apocalyptic, or I guess not post-apocalyptic times, but these apocalyptic times. If you're able to, you can support us at patreon.com/thewardproductions. Help us do what we do and get some rewards in the process. If you can't, it's all good. The world is crazy right now, no big deal. If you have any questions or comments, you can always reach us via the comments section on YouTube. You can hit me up on Twitter at TheWardPro or via the contact page at the-ward.com. Any comments left on the videos have a chance to be read on the show, so tell us what's on your mind and you could be on the show. Yeah, awesome. Have a stupendous week, everybody, and we will see you next time.
Happy Easter!
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, yeah, I guess that is fine. Bye.
Bye.
Zombie Jesus Day.
So, wow.
Wait, Jesus?
Jesus! What?
Jesus! Jesus!